Musical, the series live up to the original High School Musical franchise? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Kristen, and today we are talking about Season 1 of Disney Plus's new show, High School Musical, the series. This show is done in a mockumentary style that introduces us to a fictionalized version of the East High Drama Club as they work on the school's first ever stage production of High School Musical, the musical. Friendships are tested, rivalries flare, and romance bubbles, all set around the transformative world of musical theater. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this new show. And if you really like the show, you can actually check out a playlist I have right here where I break down each episode of High School Musical, the series individually when it came out. Now, what I really enjoy about High School Musical, the series is that they pay tribute to the original High School Musical franchise in such a beautiful way. We're following new characters, new storylines, but in a way that really feels inspired by the original world. They're able to successfully walk the line between giving us that nostalgia and the references to High School Musical while also creating something entirely new that stands on its own. I really love these new characters that we're following, and I think that we get this depth, especially with a TV show. You know, we're following them over the course of 10 episodes, so you can really dive in there and really develop a deeper story versus a 90-minute TV movie. We meet Ricky, who is really the heart of this production. We see him dealing with family issues, losing his girlfriend, and struggling with trying to figure out his emotions and how to express them. He ends up joining the production to try to win Nini back, but ends up gaining so much more, from lifelong friendships to a newfound confidence to a passion for music that he hadn't really dove into before. I think he's a character that truly transforms over the course of the season. With Nini, we're following her trying to be a new version of herself. She wants to be more confident, she wants to be the lead of this school musical, but at the same time there are things that happen that kind of set her backwards and make her feel like a fraud. So we kind of dive into the story of a little bit of like an imposter syndrome, trying to be a better you, and going for your dreams. And while these are kind of our main two characters, there's a whole ensemble of really incredible characters, like EJ, who's a character who does a lot of the wrong things for the right reasons, and he has a lot of secrets, and Gina, who at times can be a little bit too ambitious for her own good. Some other characters that I really loved were Carlos and Big Red, and I cannot wait to see where their storylines go. And while each character might have, you know, a little bit of a mix of qualities that might remind you of an OG High School Musical character, they also are their own characters and really go on their own journeys. There's a great depth to so many of them. They're not just one-sided. They have so many dimensions to them, which is what I really love. You know, no one's a villain. Everyone has good and bad sides, good or bad days, you know, things that they're trying to work on, goals they're trying to achieve. And while there are a lot of ups and downs throughout the entire production, I think by the end of the season, we really can see that all of these characters are in this together. They are one big family, and that's really nice to see. Like I mentioned, there are a lot of references to the original High School Musical. It takes place in the school that the original High School Musical was shot in, so we get to see a lot of really cool places that will bring up a lot of memories, from the front of the building to the cafeteria to the gym. A lot of places where a lot of iconic moments happen. They bring back the original phone that Vanessa Hudgens used in the movie, and we even get to see in the background the pink double lockers that Sharpay used are actually still there. So what's really cool is outside of this production, the school is a working school in itself, so actual students might get that pink Sharpay locker, which is really wild to think about. We even get to see some really incredible High School Musical cameos from the actors who played Martha Cox and Ryan Evans in the original movie. That's Casey Stroh and Lucas Grabeel. That's really awesome that they came in and kind of gave their little stamp of approval. There are also some scenes and storylines that kind of mirror things that happened in the original High School Musical. So for instance, when Nini and Ricky are blocking the kindergarten scene, that actually reflects their own relationship and how they met when they were younger. And even outside of just the High School Musical moments, there were some really great dual or mirrored moments just in this season as a whole. Like when Big Red teases Ashlyn, saying that he would throw a bigger spotlight in her face because he loves the way that she sings. We actually get to see that moment happen. Or in the first episode when Ricky and EJ shine their phone flashlights on Nini to kind of give her a spotlight when she's singing, Nini does that same thing back for Ricky in the finale. I just really love that this show paid so much attention to detail and would give us these little moments and pay them off in other episodes. Something that happened in episode 2 might be relevant again in episode 7. There was just so much like interweaving of storylines and paying attention to detail that really made this feel like a real world. Another huge highlight in the series had to be the music. Not only did they give us some very unique and exciting takes on some OG High School Musical songs, but they also gave us some phenomenal new original music. Two of the songs were actually written by Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo, who play Ricky and Nini. The original song that Olivia Rodrigo wrote on her own, All I Want, is probably my favorite in the entire series. It's a song that I literally literally listen to on repeat. It's just so good. And I won't fight for love if you won't meet me halfway. And I say that I'm through, but this song is still for you. I mean, what are these lyrics? They're so good. That verse in particular gets me every time. I was just so blown away by the immense talent in this cast, and the fact that the creators acknowledge that, embrace their abilities, and let them write like 2 of the best songs in the entire series. Just in general, all the performances were so well done, and in fact, in some of them they actually are singing live, which is even more mind-blowing. It just really warms my heart to see how talented this young cast is when it comes to singing, acting, dancing, writing music. Like, this cast is just unbelievable. When it comes to criticisms, I think honestly my biggest is that I don't think that this is a show that should have its episodes be dropped once a week, which is what Disney Plus has been doing across the board for all of their shows. This is a series that feels more like a movie. Everything's connected, everything interweaves into each other. And I do think that dropping an episode a week kind of messes with that momentum and that pacing a little bit. It made a lot of the episodes feel a little too short, and I think that it took away some of the impact that some moments could have had when you're watching it all at once. So when the final season dropped, I did rewatch the entire thing, and I think that it flows really nicely, and you actually get to pick up on a lot of moments that you might have missed. Now I just can't wait to see where they go in season 2, and speaking of that, there are so many questions of, you know, where are we going next? I actually discussed a bunch of them in my episode 10 review, which you can check out here if you're interested, you know, diving into everything from like what is Nini gonna do next to what's gonna happen with the teachers. But I think another big question that we have is, what's the new spring musical gonna be? My theory, which I think would be really cool and also play into the kind of core of the original High School Musical, is what if it's an original musical that the students write together? Hear me out. We already know Ashlyn, Nini, and Ricky are pretty prolific songwriters. I mean, even outside of just the actors writing the songs, their characters wrote like 3 of the best songs in the entire series. Maybe they'll pull a Kelsey, you know, the OG character who actually wrote the first film's musical, and work together to write a musical that showcases Courtney's beautiful singing voice and Big Red's insane tap dancing skills. Got any theories for the big spring musical or where they're gonna go in season 2? Make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. When it comes down to it, I think High School Musical, the series, has found something really, really magical here. Something that's just as special as the original franchise. Between the immensely talented cast, the nostalgia, the incredible detail to connecting scenes and moments, and that phenomenal new music, High School Musical, the series is a total win. If you like this one, you can check out more of my High School Musical, the series reviews right over here, and I will catch you in my next video. See ya!